Tullia et Claudia, tertia et ultima pars. Claudia domi est et proximae Claudiae sunt ancillae. Tullia and her household are on their way to Rome to visit Claudia, and as we know, on the way, they stopped at the market and picked up some gifts. So now we get to hear a little bit more about Claudia before their visit. Claudia is once again our singular and nominative. With that short A ending, she can't be anything else. Domi, we just have to memorize it, is the locative case that means at home. So Claudia is at home, and proximae Claudiae sunt ancillae. The ancillae, the maids, nominative and plural, they are proximae. They are near. This adjective is describing the maids. It is plural and nominative. They are near to Claudia. So again, we have this AE ending. It looks like a plural and nominative, but it can't be because Claudia is just one person. And we know from our vocab that the adjective proxima patterns with the dative case to mean near to someone or near to something. So the maids, the ancillae, are near to or with Claudia. Ancillae Claudiae libenter laborant. Ancillae, plural and nominative, the maids of Claudia. This time we have Claudia in the genitive case, showing possession. Genitive of possessor. Whose maids are they? They're Claudia's maids. Libenter is an adverb. That ter ending often tells us that we have an adverb. Adverbs describe or modify verbs or actions, and libenter means freely or gladly. So they're doing something gladly and freely. What are they doing? Laborant. The maids work. So the maids work freely. Claudia's maids work freely or gladly. Saepe Claudia ancillis fabulas narrat. Claudia often tells the maids stories. This time we begin with another adverb, saepe, which means often. So we don't have our nominative at the beginning of the sentence here. Instead, we have this adverb. Claudia is our nominative, our doer. Ancillis here, definitely plural, could be dative or ablative, so we have to wait and see what's happening in the sentence. Fabulas is plural and accusative for sure. So fabulas, stories, is the receiver of some action. The verb is narrat, to tell, like to tell a story, to narrate something. So we have Claudia, our nominative, doing the action of telling. She's telling stories, so now it makes sense to think of ancillis as being in the dative case. Remember, the dative is the case of the person to whom or for whom something is done or told or shown or given. So Claudia often tells stories to or for the maids. Tullia et filiae Claudiam salutant. At last, Tullia and her daughters arrive at the house. Claudiam we have in the accusative case, so she's receiving some action being done by Tullia and the daughters, who are nominative. And what is that action? Salutant. Salutant means to greet or to say hello to someone. So Tullia and her daughters greet Claudia. Rosa et Anna ancillas Claudiae salutant. Rosa et Anna, a compound subject in the nominative case, the ancillas in the accusative, so we know that the maids are the receivers of action. So Rosa and Anna, remember, are the two servants who came along with Tullia. The Ankylos, the maids, are Claudia's maids. We have Claudia in the singular and genitive, so they're Claudia's maids. And Rosa and Anna are doing the action of greeting. So Rosa and Anna greet Claudia's maids. Puellae Claudiae Rosas et uvas dant. So last but not least, we have puellae in the plural and nominative. The two little girls, Claudia and Secunda, they're the doers of the action here. Then we get Claudiae. In the previous sentence, this ending was genitive because I believe we're talking about Claudia's maids. However, in this sentence, we know that the girls don't belong to Claudia, so she's probably not genitive. In this sentence, the AE ending is going to be dative. The little girls, to or for Claudia, and then we get rosas et uvas in the plural and accusative. These are going to be the receivers of the action, and then the verb is dant, plural. So the puellae, the little girls, dant, give to Claudia the roses and the grapes. Noctu Tullia cum filiabus et servis Roma domum properat. So here we have the conclusion of the story. Noctu, at night. Again, this sentence is beginning with an adverb, at night. Then we get the doer of the action, Tullia. She is our singular and nominative case. Then we get a prepositional phrase, cum filiabus et servis. Notice that the et here is joining these two ablative, plural and ablative nouns. Both filiabus and servis are plural and ablative, patterning with the preposition cum. So Tullia with the daughters and servants. Roma here is in the ablative case, and remember, you can go from cities, towns, and small islands in the ablative case without a preposition. So Roma here just means from Rome. Then we have domum in the accusative case. Domum in the accusative case by itself means to home. So from Rome to home, properat. Notice that this verb is singular. Why is it singular when all these people are doing the action? Because the main doer of the action here is Tullia. She is our singular and nominative subject or doer of the action. Everybody else in the sentence is within this prepositional phrase. So the core of our sentence, if once again we look for the core, is Tullia properat, the doer and the verb. Everything else is modification. Noctu is the adverb describing when the action happens. Cum filiabus et servis is describing kind of the conditions of the action, or maybe we could even say it's modifying Tullia. She is with the daughters and servants. Roma and domum are saying from where and to where the action is happening. So again, let me clear things up here. If we do what is called an enodatio, which means an untangling, and we take the Latin words of the sentence and, in kind of a wooden way, put them in the order in which we think of them and say them in English, we'd have noctu, at night. Tullia hurries, Tullia properat, from Rome to her house with her daughters and servants.